This is actually 3 games in one that comes in this laser cut box, and all 3 of these games are going to make use of these triangular tokens that each have 3 different notches cut into them. There's going to be a V-shaped notch as well as a square notch and a round notch. And each location will show up twice amongst all the different tokens, and the first game makes use of that because this one is mostly just a memory game. We're going to be putting all the tokens face down, and then players are going to be taking turns flipping them up, trying to find the matching one in order to score a victory point, and then the team or player that gets the most victory points wins the game. And then the second game is going to play completely different, where these tokens are going to be evenly distributed amongst all the players. And then on your turn, you'll be able to put 1 token out on the board if you're able, trying to match up the different notches with like notches that are already in play in order to try and get rid of all your tokens first. And whichever player does that wins the game. And then the third game does have some similarities to the second, where you're trying to match up notches, but this one is a little bit more advanced because you're not actually trying to match like notches together. Instead, you're trying to match up notches in a sequential order, where first a triangle needs to be matched with a circle, and then a circle needs to be matched with a square, and then a square will be matched with a triangle. And that needs to always be done in sequential order, even between players. And this is a game that can be only played in teams because each team is going to be associated with one side or the other. And whenever you make a connection, you're going to be flipping up both the tokens that you've connected to your side. And this makes it really interesting because you're always going to be wanting to connect your tokens to tokens that aren't already flipped to your side. So it's going to limit your results, especially if you're doing particularly well, because the better you're doing, the less options you'll have to connect to. And it's this third game that looks like the most exciting of the 3 to me, and it's probably the only one that I would play, but it is good to have those other 2 options as well. And if you want to check this one out, I got links in the description below.